This is me in Zion, Illinois, talking to the police the same way I've been trying to talk to Schellenberger and different police officers here. Doing a documentary about racism in the judicial system, and just like Zion, Schellenberger's trying to get me locked up. He's claiming that I'm threatening people, and he's claiming that I threatened him, and I didn't threaten him. All I asked for was my day in court. I asked him to give me due process and equal protection. And just like I asked that police officer, he pointed me to Waller. Well, everybody pointed me to Schellenberger. Lippy, Ritter, all the police officers, Littleton, they said go see the state's attorney. So that's what I'm doing, seeing the state's attorney. I ain't doing nothing any different than what I did in Zion. I'm doing it in Baltimore. Word for word, play for play. That's what I'm doing today. I ain't trying to run nothing. I'm running my mouth and I'm telling the truth. You see how them police officers is? That's how the ones is here in Baltimore. They don't want none of this, and I don't want to have no problems here. So what I'm doing is, I mailed that to him when I went to Washington, D.C. about 3 weeks ago. They refused it. They sent it back the same way that Brian Williams did. So I took pictures, so it ain't no mistake about nothing I say and do. This is a poster board. The same way that I passed out them letters and stuff last weekend, I'm passing this out this week. And it's gonna tell everything. Alright? Your racism in Baltimore. You got racism in Schellenberger's office. And I'm pointing it out. And so he ain't got no problem. He can find me anytime. Because I ain't hiding. Here I is. Lake County remember that. Remember it real well. Alright, let's see here. This is what I gave him, alright? I'm getting ready to pull it out. This is what he had in there. He had a DVD. He had emails. And he had the film crew that did the August 22nd party, alright? They know everything about what I've been going through. They just seen the storyboards and seen the toilet, and they know the truth. At least they know that I need a trial. We need to go to court to settle all this. You want to get me off your plate? Handle this business. So Schellenberger, I sent this to your friend at WBAL, and he refused to do anything. That's dated April 2009, 7 a.m. That's Mayor Sabanjan. All right. That's a letter to Mayor Sabanjan. That's a Privacy Act. Barbara Mikulski got one. Danny Davis got one. Dick Durbin got one. Everybody got one. I signed one for each one of them. Dutch got one. And this is what it says. Dwayne G. Davis. Lisa Madigan. Patrick Fitzgerald. Dutch Rupersberger. John Carden. Senator Durbin. Alright. And that's the case number from Illinois that the Attorney General got. False imprisonment for filming a documentary about racism in the Lake County judicial system. Denial of due process, equal protection, and freedom of speech. The president asked you to get involved. The president asked them to do something. So that's all I'm doing is what the president asked. That's Melissa Bennett from the White House. So for the news to deny that, dude, you tell anybody else's stories, what's wrong with mine? You didn't have a problem doing the Duke lacrosse team. You didn't have a problem doing Eggcorn. You didn't have a problem putting that Stop Snitching video. Well, I'm making a snitching video, and I'm snitching on y'all. I'm snitching on our government. I'm snitching on our news media. And I'm holding your feet to the fire. Dude, this is not a game. This is my life. White House said investigate. City, county, state, and federal levels. And you're not doing it. This was August of last year, and you still ain't did nothing. But you claim to be fair and balanced. You claim to be a part of the people. Well, here go another one from the White House. And you haven't done nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm an honorably discharged veteran of these United States. You supposed to defend my rights. I defended your country. I was willing to lay my life down for this country, and you deny me what I have, my God-given right. I joined the Navy when I was 17, man. And I've been on my own ever since. I'm with the Citizens for Change in Randallstown. Randallstown for Change. And I'm going to change some things. I'm going to change your judicial system here in Baltimore and in Lake County, Illinois. I told you on that tape, 9207. That same tape, I showed you what I was going to do to you. And I'm going to do the same thing here in Baltimore. I'm coming that hard. That says who I am. I didn't tell Lake County who I was because they didn't ask. Don't ask, don't tell. But you stuck my ass in jail. That's the Dred Scott decision. And it says simply, Judge Taney, alright, a staunch supporter of slavery. Well, Schellenberger, you're a staunch supporter of slavery too. And I'm going to say it to your face. You do not give out equal justice in Baltimore County. Waller doesn't do it in Lake County. Nafong didn't do it in North Carolina. You got an underlying current of racism and black codes and Jim Crow justice. It's just that simple. That's my public defender, and he ain't did nothing to defend me. I'm waiting for a trial, and you ain't did it yet. And it's been a long while. July of last year, man. You need to handle that. You ain't gave me nothing. This says I don't have a curfew. This says I had no report. You just wanted me out of the state of Illinois. Well, Maryland wants me to do things that I don't want to do. So I'm going to make them violate me so we can have this trial and this hearing. You're going to do something soon. That's the NAACP, and they won't even mess with me. They asked for the Justice Department to get involved 2 years ago, and you ain't did nothing yet. But when they found out that one of their members is one that got charged with attempted murder, they ran away from me. NAACP, like I told you, everybody is going to get touched by this. That's Mr. Bailey, dated 4/3/09. Should have been had a trial. That's everything in there. And I sent this to the news, and the news is supposed to tell the story. That's to whom it may concern. And that's about my money in the state of Illinois. Will you let Bank of America, SunTrust Bank, Brothers Insurance, Jay Davis, Jim Hammond, Michael Coons, Deron Battle, and the rest of them people defraud the state of Maryland and the federal government out of over $300,000 in money and gross revenues? You took my money and the tax money, and you made my life unbearable. I'm next to being homeless now. And it had the witness list on there. The people are getting in touch with it. You didn't do nothing, Schellenberger. This is all about you, Schellenberger. You act just like Nafong. This is Judge Turnbull. Alright? That's asking for a great race debate. That's asking to have this on public display. We can't keep doing this in the backwoods and keep denying us our rights. I named the laws that James Hammond and Jay Davis broke. I named the laws that Schellenberger refused to defend. I named the laws that Schellenberger knowingly and willingly permitted false statements. Schellenberger willingly and knew that they filed false charges. Schellenberger willingly knew that these charges against me were false, and he permitted it. Plain and simple. Obstruction of justice, perjury, lying, you know what I'm saying? Filing false papers filing false taxes. Schellenberger needs to go to jail. Schellenberger needs to lose his job, the same way Nafong did. And I asked my government officials like the president did, Governor O'Malley, ACLU, Terry Owens. Mike Marion told me to get in touch with you. You ain't do it. Alright? Everybody here is held accountable for my well-being and my freedoms, because it's your job to protect the rights and the freedoms of the people of this country. We the people, that's your job. That's Governor O'Malley. Used to be Mayor O'Malley. You've been knowing me since November 2006, Mayor, Governor, however you want to carry it. But you know Shorty. You know Shorty. That's your signature, Gov. So, Monday, you gave me this phone call. So, Schellenberger, That's what you got mad about, because I was passing that out all over town. Schellenberger, you should have done this September 2008. Federal and state violations. You know what it says. And you got mad because the comptroller's getting ready to investigate Shorty's. Dude, Shorty wasn't in business last year. Jake was. He gonna investigate Jake, not me. And he gonna have to come up with that $300,000, that tax money. The health department gonna have to give me my money back like I asked them. You permitted Jake to file false checks with your agencies. I want my money back. I want all of it. So I'm gonna show you what I did yesterday on film. I mean Monday on film.